Alright. I probably should edit that. Also, by the way, I don't have any way currently to check the chat because my phone has died. I am getting another charger today, but currently my phone is dead, so I can't really see the chats and stuff. And what the hell is up there? Well, what the hell? What is this? Is that a part of the VTuber model? I don't know what this dot thing is. I hope it's not visible in the end of the video or whatever, or like the end of the stream. But anyway, I'll just I'll mostly just stream, and I'll occasionally check the chat and stuff, but like for the majority I'll just be doing the Archon quest, but by myself mostly. I mean, I already am by myself, but like at least I've got like a little community. Actually, I could use the laptop, kind of. Hang on. Based. Oh, and it's been charging. Let's freaking go as well. Alright. Alright, this might remedy the... How come it's not fully charged, or whatever. We deal with issues as they come. We don't deal with issues like compounding, which I'm compounding anyway. So, alright. Remind me in 3 days. What the hell is this? Anyway, I do the Gmail because the Gmail is quite important, because I don't have any way to contact my father currently. Brother, it asks me to verify my my like ID and stuff, but I don't have access to my phone until... Alright then. I guess I'll just copium and hopium. I'll check the chat though. And hello, Raj Kamal. Do 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 do. Why is everything so laggy all the time now? Can you review my ID? Yeah, I definitely can. Turn off the volume so I'm not conflicting. Oh wow, and it's already in like a bad mode. Oh, that's why it's. Is that it? Yeah, that's the right one. Alright, there. Alright, we're so back. We're so back. Alright, okay, so now I can actually read the chat and actually play the game properly. Alright, so. Copy. How am I gonna do this? As there's no option to back out, I'll currently just like do this part of the quest. I want to pay attention to the dialogues. Festival season. Well, like not full attention, but like at least a little bit of attention. Enough so that like I can get a gist. Hello, little Lily. I've been okay. How are you? So far, it's hot as hell in here. Your ID is an Asia server. I'm not sure I can... Actually, I can do this. I can review it independently. So, what's the site? Anchor.network. I see your thing in Enka. Alrighty. Okay, so I don't use the pipe for Farina, but I do use Farina, and I do have her, so I'm not exactly sure about this, but from what I see, because it increases elemental skill crit rate, it looks fairly decent. I would just say like a little bit more crit damage, personally, and the ER is fine. I'll compare it to mine independently. I think I've still got my Farina up. Mine's atrocious in ER in comparison. How were you watching my ID? I cannot see. I use the site and it's enka.network, Enka Network, and I'm doing that currently so that I don't have to skip through a lot of the story that I want to see. So I'll send the thing in chat. Okay, so opening YouTube. Hoping that like I don't jump scare my own damn self. Okay, so one of my mods is gonna post it. So I'm seeing it through that. I can't see my ID in your live stream. I know. I'm not streaming your thing. I'm going over it independently so that I don't have to skip through the story that I want to see. So, all right. I didn't know Verisa was I don't pay any attention to the Natlan characters, and I actually don't know. Past Fontaine characters, I don't know how to build, or even for Fontaine characters, certain Fontaine characters that is, I don't know how to build their kits. I've got like Clorand, Navia, Nuvulette. I have a lot of the Fontaine characters, excluding like Roots, Delay, Linny, and Arlecchino, but like I don't know how to build other characters other than them. My number one character that I can build is Raiden, and I've got her C6, and I've saved up and grinded really hard for her, so that's like anything to do with Raiden or Electro characters are typically my schlick. I'm gonna pull Sidlali and Nuvulette. Understandable for Nuvulette. I don't know anything about Sidlali. I can tell you right now that like the Verisa build that you've got looks decent with the crit rate, crit damage ratio. I don't know how much ER she's supposed to have, but because she's Electro, most likely she's fine. It's so funny whenever I see a Kazuha build, I always forget initially the Elemental Mastery is supposed to be like the top thing, and like you don't really care about anything else other than maybe ER. It's so funny because I'll see it and I'll just be like, oh god, what is that crit rate? 5.0? 50 crit damage? No chance! So, with Kazuha, your Kazuha's good. I would, like, I can see what you're trying to do with the goblet because it has ER on it, but like I would personally put everything into EM, but like I know it's really difficult to farm that domain, and at the same time I know it's also quite difficult to get like a good set for him, but like also try to like full set VV. I'm free to play, but don't see my Ayato. Your Ayato prototype Rancor. Also, God, this laptop gets so hot. So, you're looking okay, I guess. Not really. The crit rate. It's not done though. So I can tell it's level 70. So you're fine. I don't know anything about Malvika's build. I think she's supposed to like scale with attack or something like that, and I at the same time don't know anything about Skirks. So you're from what I can see, especially with your Farina, you're doing fine. My builds are quite different, but anyway, God damn, this shit gets so hot, but I don't want to turn on the because I'm using my partner's laptop. I don't want to turn on the fan that he has for the laptop, because then it'll be just like in the ears, and that's not very pleasant. Did you see that Beatrice ran off without looking back? We go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best. Oh. It's so strange, because I keep going to turn on my phone to check the time or to check the notifications or literally anything, and it's like, oh well, sorry, I don't have a phone, because the charges are all dead. I'm building Lynette. She is C6. I don't know what kind of role Lynette is. I can't remember. Is she like anime support, or is she anime DPS, or hybrid? I keep going to have a sip of my cup of tea, but it's so hot, and I'm like, building Ian's son is also hard. I have a C6. I don't know anything about the Natlan characters. I don't. I don't think I'm ever gonna pull for a Natlan character. Unless it's like literally just like for some reason Raiden's brother was Natlanese, and like Raiden loved him so much, and that like that's something that was like hidden lore that like doesn't exist, I guess. Like I don't see myself pulling for any Natlan characters. I personally believe that Genshin has ruined the character set and like the characters in general, because Natlan exists, and Natlan is like power creeping, and Natlan is like the power creep is so bad in Natlan. Like you've got, and I got this off of the the one of Vars's recent videos, and it makes a lot of sense. So you've got Escoffier, which, because she's so strong, all the other characters that like now come out that are like Cryo and Hydro, they have to be a little bit weaker than characters that were before Natlin, i.e. like a Ganyu and Ayaka, stuff like that, because of the fact that she is so OP. And it makes it an issue because of the fact that now characters like Skirk exists, and Skirk inherently has higher base attacks and stuff than characters like Ayaka, even though they're pretty much they have a similar playstyle anyway. But having characters come out like Escoffier, like Sitlali, they're very intrusive, and they're not healthy to the game. Also, I don't like the fact that they're introducing characters now that have like very little or no story relevance as a whole, i.e. characters like Escoffier, like Mizuki, like I think her name's Mizuki. The therapist one from Inazuma, and Emil, they don't have like they don't feel good at all. They feel like, oh, and Varisa's like the most egregious of it. It's like we literally didn't hear anything about her, but then she just like comes out of nowhere, and it's just like, what the fuck, who are you? So there's that I don't like, and at the same time all of the characters don't feel normal. I at the start I was previously thinking, oh well, I'll likely pull for what's it called, Malvika or something, because like before even knowing what she looks like, I was like, oh, I should pull for her. I should pull for some Natlin characters, but because of the fact that they look so pixelated and they look also so disjointed from typical Genshin, they don't feel like mystical, magical beings like Genshin wants all of us to believe. They feel like they're like a different game entirely, especially when you start off in the game with like Mondstadt, and you've got people still carrying like buggies and stuff, and you've got like a literal cavalry captain, cavalry implying horses and stuff, and or like wings, whatever, like that. And then you go to the other nations, like barring borderline Fontaine, because of the automata, that feels futuristic, and somewhat Sumeru, more so Sumeru Academia, because of the Akasha system that they had. But that's not even that was mostly magic. It wasn't really like technological, I guess. It just feels like, oh, we went from literal wheelbarrows and stuff, like carrying things and all of that, to, yeah, this character has a motorbike. Like, where did this come from? Why don't any other of the characters have like motorbikes, or have things that have modernized transportation like that? Because we've got we've got characters that are somewhat futuristic, at least to my perspective, like Yelan, with her movement. With the dice is quite modern as opposed to, dice is quite modern in as opposed to like, I don't know, just literal only walking or fire or something, having like a throw the dice and run, like that's quite futuristic in my opinion. Stuff like that, futuristic and magical, but then you like you're like with characters like what's her called, Chaska, where she's like, yeah, I'll fly on a gun. It may seem cool in concept, but it's just not cool in practice when it's a game that is supposed to imply and have a lot of magical elements to it. It doesn't feel natural to me, and I've always never felt any sort of attraction or any sort of desire even, or anything at all for any of the Natlan characters. I for Malvika, I get that she had like sad backstory, but everyone has a sad backstory in a Genshin, let's be real. Even if it's like something similar, like simple or something, it's just like it's got something to do with something sad. So I can't like even pull for her on like that. Oh well, she misses her. Like okay, so I can't pull for her on even on the basis that oh yeah, she misses her sister, because it's like that trope's already been pulled, brother, by Raiden. And it's already been like pulled a lot by Barbara and Jean, and like even characters like Dory, like they've got stuff that you've got to be sad about. So it's like you can't extend so much sadness, especially to a nation that is A, underwhelming, B, forcing you to use certain characters to like be able to explore and use the combat mechanics properly, or to like an optimal standard. So if you've just started off Genshin and you don't have enough primo gems to pull like the characters that are gonna like blitz you through the game really really easily, like especially in Natlan, like Jalonen, stuff like that, you'll struggle with timing. Like the veteran players or day one players, whatever, AR60, whatever, they all have an inherent advantage over newer players because we've got the primo gems, we've got the time, we've got the characters like Yelan, like Kazawa, Venti, Scaramouche, we've got our Ayakas, we've got our Monas, who else? Like literally like Clorand. Like we've got and like characters especially like Kokomi and what's her name, Farina. We've got the luxury characters that can help us like along the way, but newer players cannot have that luxury. Well, are significantly limited in that luxury because it's like if you hit pity, also like if you roll on Malvika's banner right now, it's like you're forced to have another Knights. I believe this is how she works. Like I think you're forced to have another Night Soul character in your kit, or like in your character selection. So you're forced to build Natlan characters explicitly, and you're at the same time, you're limiting yourself as a new player to Nalan, when there's other more broader units that like are better inherently to build, like your Bennett, your Jingshu, your what's her name, official, Sucrose, stuff like that, Zhongling. So that like you're, as a new player, you're really limited. And I say as a new player, it's like at like up to like, in my opinion, AR 35, because you blitz through the game really easily now. So it's quite difficult. Another issue that I have is that with the what's it called? I was on like a good memory train, but then I somehow lost it. With the characters that are coming out, they're like characters and artifact sets, and in Natlan, especially, they're inherently forcing you to use Night Soul characters or like mechanics that are exclusive to Natlan. And I know the criticism against it would be similar stuff to the Marashusei Hunter set, I believe. Yeah, the Marashusei Hunter in Fontaine, wherein you're supposed to run like characters that can take and heal damage. So like best for paired up with Farina or not Fontaine characters as a whole. But the limiting factor for that is that like you can realistically use that on anyone. Like you can use that set and not have like a Farina or a Fontaine character in your kit, and you'll be fine. You can just like sustain a tiny little bit of damage, and then boom, you've got the effect, and then like just heal it up, and you're fine. Or like just don't use shield characters and just be a little bit bad at dodging, and you're fine. But for Natlan characters, forcing the Night Soul mechanic is quite cruel for players with the artifact sets, and at the same time, I don't like the forced use of like the Pokemon mechanic. I find that the forcing the player to use the little animals and things, while it can be fun for like a time period, like it doesn't feel good in the long term, being like, oh, I have to get another like one of those red flying things to do this thing, or like, oh man, like this, like they can't jump as well. They're limited in their jumping capacity. They're quite slow. It's not a fun experience to use the characters or to have forced mechanics like that. And it doesn't, also like with the designs, the designs of the characters are quite underwhelming. Now, I am not a person to be like, oh well, there should be more representative characters or more representation of whatever in whatever media, because I am a libertarian, and I how would I put this? I was a Trump supporter, but like not inherently just like the MAGA movement, but I say was because it's like the file situation right now isn't very looking like good for him. So it's like, well, unless he releases something, I'm not interested in him at all. Like, he may be currently good financially for the America, but he's not a good person. So I am not for the DEI or like the woke stuff as a whole, but at the same time, I do fundamentally believe that there needs to be some form of like representation of the races of people that you're trying to build a nation of in the game. You can't have like characters and things like being like, oh yeah, this is Shavalanka, and have them as like white as hell. Like you can, like that. It disappointed me with even characters like Candace from the desert. Like you're like exposed to so much sun, and a lot of like people of the region would be a lot darker, and at the same time that's what everyone typically expected from Genshin, from Natlan. So I'm disappointed as a whole, because I have an inherent crush on characters like or characters and people like what's it called, for characters. I absolutely adore what's her name, Nita Chris in Fate Grand Order, and I adore characters like Queen of Sheba and characters of that nature. And for people like one of my first favorite crushes as a child for like a woman, I am bisexual on that spectrum. But as a child, there was a TV show, and it was Merlin, and I had a really hard crush on Guinevere. Like the actress that played Guinevere, and I also have like a crush on like characters like Missandei in Game of Thrones and stuff like that, and like Yennefer from The Witcher, like real people. So seeing the lack of representation for nations like that, or like nations that are supposed to be based in those regions, it's like it's really disheartening. And seeing them so modernized when it's supposed to be a nation of war, it's like they feel like inorganic, like they feel very artificial. I would, in a lineup of characters, if I was a brand new fresh player and I had to put characters from like a generic gacha game, like ZZZ or Zenless Zero, Honkai Star Rail, and Genshin together, I would be able to pick out the standard Genshin characters, but I wouldn't be able to pick out the Natlan characters. I would most likely put the Natlan characters in Honkai Star Rail, or like Zenless Zero, or even like with a generic title also, like I would put Jalonen in like a generic title. I wouldn't put a character like Kinich in like a generic title. Like I'd put him in like Zenless Zero, but I just feel as though the core crutch of the Natlan characters are inherently like they don't feel at all good in gameplay, in lore. Like you've got characters like Jalonen. It's like, what the hell is she supposed to be, like a DJ, like roller skating blacksmith? Like honestly, it just feels so wrong. And it feels wrong to see like such a powerful woman like Malvika in such a sexualized state. Like you've got the other Archons in like Raiden. Raiden isn't sexualized, or like she is, with like borderline she is, but there's at least a lore sufficient for like the Booba sword or Masuno Hitatachi. So that there's at least something there, like she keeps it close to her chest, like a heart and stuff, like in my headcanon, stuff like that. But for characters to just be inherently, oh yeah, I'm the Archon of this nation and I have a motorbike. It's like, where did this come from? Why do you have a gun? And who the hell is Ajax? Like, literally, it just pisses me off a little bit because it's like, you've got so much potential for a good nation, and the lore is there. Like, I do like the Night Kingdom lore, but I do not feel as though... I like the Night Kingdom lore, and I like the Renova Shade information, but I do not like pretty much like all of the characters' personal lore, because it doesn't feel good. Like, the characters don't feel organic. I really dislike, I hate actually the concept of Ajax existing. It's like, it's not even just like he's an annoying character. It's like he has no place in Genshin as a whole. Like, we've got Paimon, like the floating character and things, and like the guide and stuff, and she's acceptable because of the fact that she's informative. She's like a lore relevant, like heavy lore relevant, and like she's designed in such a way that mimics or like replicates the Genshin design criteria, original criteria, properly. But then you've got like literal Ajax, and it's like, who the hell are you, and why are you so annoying? And like, it doesn't feel good. What else? I think that's it for my little my little like exposition session. Anyway, any opinions or anything would be good. I'll respond accordingly. And Natlan is good, a good place to explore. It's easier, but Sumeru is very hard. I got headache finding R&R quests. Brother, R&R quest is optional. It's like the fact of the matter is that Sumeru has little like things that you can like hit T and then just like go to. For the what's it called? Natlan, it's like, it's very vertical and it's very vast, and it doesn't have very many quick ways to get to places, and the transporting into the animals is very, very clunky. It doesn't feel good. It's not organic, and they have like a inherent higher chance of like, well, like they fall a lot. Like, I know that there's people that are most likely like gods at using the little Pokemon like characters, but like, it's like they're just so they're very cute, I must admit, but they don't feel like they're supposed to be a part of like a playable character or playable game mechanic, if that makes any sense. the fact that Kaya is darker as well than like a majority of the Natlan characters, it's like, ooh. Oh yeah, my Raiden. Just as a little flex, I really like it. I like Paimon old voice. Really? Like, I can't play English version, not just because of like Paimon, but because of the forced political messaging in all of like the stuff. So it's, I don't know, like Paimon just doesn't feel good as a character. The voice in English, that is, in the new character voice for Paimon is like really nice because it's a lot softer and it doesn't sound like this. Like it just sounds like this, and it's like a lot less squeak. Oh, that felt good. I made myself a chamomile tea. God, Jean is just so beautiful. My back hurts. Damn, bro, what necrosis is going on there? Oh shit, this deep murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. Oh. Nanika. So. Is Yai Miko the ultimate wife, or is it Beto? Yai Miko, 100%. I'm so gay for Raiden that, like, I don't even know. Hang on, just real quick. Okay, in my honest opinion, if you're gonna hold a serious trial, you remove the, like, person's vision. Like, I know it makes them a little bit delulu for a bit, but, like, just, like, IMO, if I had, like, my Well, like I did a test and like it said like I was Cryoshnaya. So like if I had my little Cryoshnaya vision, like I could go haywire, and like I know that there's multiple vision holders here, like a Jean, literal Jean Rosaria, Kaya, Dahlia, Euler, I think was I could see like there's other characters here, but like I feel like I would feel a lot more safe if the literal person like the defendant is like not capable of what's it called, launching an attack at random. Are you into BL anime too? Or just Genshin Supremacy? I don't know what BL anime is, but I like Genshin a little bit. Oh, they've got Sucrose as well, brother. They've got like the whole shebang. Like they could be safe as. Alright, so removing him of his vision, you've got D-Luke, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, literal me. So you've got at minimum seven characters that can like defend, but like it would be a lot more safer if he just didn't have a vision. Will Asmodee be playable? I'm not sure. Damn, bro, they're just freaking hammering that man. Damn nice, bruh. Like... Secretly, bro, I'm very open, Raiden. I got Raiden at 1 pity last year. Nice. The current story seems to be related to your past adventures. Would you like to quickly go over and review those experiences? Yeah. If being cute was illegal, Dahlia would be serving a life sentence, bruh. Freaking gay flag emoji. I must admit that I have a small crush on Venti though. Only when I'm like past ovulation and I'm not like very fertile. It's like he would be quite a good partner. Be like very gentle. I haven't seen, like, this is so beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. What the hell? Wait, okay, so... So you've got the chasm that way, you've got the little thing, you've got dragon spine there. You've got Inazuma, the sacred sakura. You've got the little fontaine cube things there, the like a really small line thing there. I don't know what that is. Hang on. Look directly at it. Oh, it must be like the jade thing. This is really, really, like, if you showed someone this would make them quite happy. Still can't go upstairs. Oh. Does the Japanese language have all character voices? Yes. Literally, like, there's no problem ever with, like, the Japanese voices or Chinese voices or Korean voices. It's only the English voices that ever have issues, really. And, like, a lot of it is stemming because, like, they can't help but either force their politics into a little game for things, or like kids and people in general, or they're literally lying, and like they don't understand their own contract, and B, like their union. Wow, this is impressive. Playing quests without without voice lines totally ruined the experience. 100%. Like, I couldn't play without at least like being able to hear something. Alright, so we're going to this one first, unless the game makes me not be able to go to this one first, because like I don't want to be in Dragon's Spine. Oh, based. Also may end stream soon because my back is getting really, really sore and I don't want to sit in the chair for a prolonged period of time. My ride and build is with 72.9 and C6 full set. It's definitely enough, at least for me. Like I feel fine with it. Alright. Just for now and things, because my head hurts and things, I'll end the stream. I did say that I'll end the stream whenever I feel like it with no context. I do acknowledge my Arlecchino has 80 crit rate and 230 crit damage, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for coming, everyone. I'll see you all later. Right.